So today I wanted to come here and talk a little bit about comparison and timelines and how those are all interwoven with each other. And first we'll go into what comparisonitis, I like to call it, is. And basically it is when you are constantly comparing yourselves to others. You maybe hate watching someone's content, you feel kind of low, you get irritable, you get annoyed, you're like, why am I not there? And they are, like, why are they better than me to be doing all this stuff? And so it ends up being like this internalized thing. It's triggering your triggers, and you're kind of feeling low and unworthy and undeserving of maybe the success that you thought that you should have had by now, or thought that you should have just been doing and been like experiencing at this point in your life. And that's really heightened with social media and like having Instagram and YouTube. You're seeing all these people, especially like if you're younger like me, you're seeing all these people our age with millions of dollars, and you're seeing them constantly traveling, constantly like having this freedom, living their life the way that they envision it and that they want it and that they see fit. And that can feel very frustrating to someone from the outside looking in, because you're just seeing this one scope of their life and you're seeing them have all these things that you want. And you can either take it as like expansion and you're seeing it, you're like, oh, I really want that. That's awesome that they have it. I can have that too. Or you can also, on the flip side, you can see it as like throwing up the middle finger, saying F you, like, how dare you have that and I don't have that. I'm definitely put on both ends of the spectrum here. So when you're dealing with comparison, you're looking at them from their life. You're wishing that you had that. And there's a bit of envy and a bit of jealousy that comes from it. And that kind of like sits for me, like that type of energy sits in like my chest space. And so it kind of contracts instead of expands, right? It contracts together and you're feeling, oh, like you're kind of like, I don't know, I internalize things as anger towards myself. So seeing other people living their island life, having six figures, manifesting everything they want in 3 months, quote unquote. I mean, some people do. Not gonna say it, but I feel like there's a lot of clickbait of people saying, I got everything I wanted in 3 months. It's like, did you though? Because I feel like there was some work that went into that prior. So was it that long? No, it was probably much longer than people like to claim. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. So we go into these comparison loops. We start feeling bad about ourselves, internalizing this anger and feeling really unworthy of where we are at this moment and where we are at right now. And maybe we start to believe that, oh, I can't have that because this person or this group of people, this lifestyle, etc., is not accessible to me because of, let's just go with basic things, looks, they came from money, just a whole bunch of things could be down here. Maybe you feel unlovable, you're not pretty enough, etc. So you can just keep listing off all these things. We all have these shadows that can come out, and they're all there. They're all there for us to like recognize and see that. And so when we do all these things, and when we see all these people on social media, and we're feeling lower than ourselves, then we start comparing where we're at. And this is where the timelines thing comes in. So we're all going to be at different timelines in our life, and this has been a very pivotal thing for me to realize, because you might be seeing someone else your age and they're like, I don't know, living it up, being a millionaire, while you're still like sitting at home in school, or you're still working a job that you don't really like, and you're like, why the hell am I not there? I'm doing everything that they're doing. I still have that passion, I have that drive, but nothing's happening. Or maybe you're just watching from the side and you're not doing anything, and you're just like, why aren't I there? And well, that one we can say, honey, you need to take a little action steps. But if you're like the one before, it's because we're all on different timelines. We all have different things that we're supposed to experience at different avenues of our life. So maybe for you, you might be figuring out what you really want for your career is, or maybe you don't really care what that is, and you're just going for whatever comes to you or whatever you like, and you're just like, I'm settled here, I'm happy with this. Or maybe some people, they get married at like 18 and then they experience other things, because we're all supposed to experience different lessons, different waves of emotions and excitement through all different periods of our lives. Sure, there might be central themes for a generation or a thing, like a lot of example, like I don't know, in 60s, 50s, most people got married when they're young. So that's shifted. Now, if we look at it, there's like generational timelines, but that's really different from how it is now, at least, how I perceive it. I could be wrong. You can pinpoint the data to me. But we're all in these different timelines of where we're supposed to get married, if you choose to do that, if you want to have kids or not. And we're all going to have these different things, and just to expect yourself, to your life, to look like someone else's, that's demeaning to yourself, and you're giving away your power to someone else, and you're giving away your power to an outside source rather than taking it within and being like, this is where I'm at right now. It might not be exactly where I'm at, but where I want to be at, but it's exactly where I need to be at this moment. And just giving yourself that freedom to express it, that freedom to just feel how it feels, and what are you supposed to learn in that moment. So if you're not right there where you want to be right now, that's totally fine. And maybe you're not supposed to be there right now. You're supposed to be here right now, and you're supposed to be here learning these things, removing these blocks, removing these limiting beliefs from inside you. And when you constantly are looking at other people, trying to get others outside validation for who you are, you're really just saying, here you go, my dudes. Take my power, instead of being like, this is my power, I'm here to own it. Okay, I can't move my arm because there's like a window here, but I was like doing the arm thing. That just, it feels like I'm just doing like a hand motion now. But yeah, so that's really important, and just keeping that power to yourself and be like, yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm supposed to be here for a reason. I'm supposed to learn something in this moment. I'm supposed to have a lesson that I'm supposed to take in and internalize right now to figure out, why am I here right now? What are the lessons that I need to be learning? What can I be taught from this? Instead of going, boo-hoo, I am not where I want to be. I feel like that was offensive. I'm sorry if it was. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so being like, boo-hoo, I can't do anything because my life is so sad. So sad. No, 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 no. I feel like that's like a mouse character from a Disney movie. I could be wrong. But yeah, instead of being like, boo-hoo, poor me, I'm sad about this, that it's not going my life, instead change it, reframe it, and so it's different for you, what it's different for what you want to show up as, why you're at this moment, and really taking that time to look deeper, look within, to figure out what it is that you still need to figure out about your own life, that you need to figure out where you're going. And that's okay, and that's totally like fine. Like if I look back at my own life and I was like, oh, if I look back then, I'd be like, now if I knew all the information I had now, all in that one little second, like 2 years ago, I would have been a different human. I probably would have been too overwhelmed, and it would have been too much. So it all comes in intervals. It comes in increments of that, what you're supposed to receive and what you need to receive at that moment. And maybe it can feel very overwhelming, but that's what you're supposed to be getting at that time. That's what you're supposed to be feeling and acknowledging. So just really accepting it, really letting that integrate, and letting these lessons integrate into yourself, instead of being like, for me. So, and just really taking it in and bringing it back into your heart space and be like, this is where I am. This is where I am, and that's totally fine. That's totally okay. And if you need to say peace out or stop engaging with those accounts, or if you need to unfollow them or block them, do so. And if you're still feeling like that by parents or people that are around you, and they're pressuring you to be doing things you should, take that time to look within and seeing, where are you not staying in your power? Where are you giving it up and giving it away to someone? Because that's really where it is. So, anywho, yeah, so basically stand in your power, figure out what it is that is causing you to give your power away, give it to somebody else, and just really take a step back and look at the lessons that you can learn from that situation. Take a look at what you can be taught from this situation, and maybe see what those triggers are from other people that are around you, and really just taking them in and internalizing them, and just being like, thank you, because it is such a lesson that you can be, it is a lesson, it is a gift for you to be able to learn from that and take that. And maybe it's very difficult for you, it might be in a very difficult situation, we don't know here, but just taking that moment, taking that pause, and just taking it and really seeing, when you learn from this, where are you giving your power away, and really coming back to that truth, coming back to that lesson, coming back to that
place into your own heart. So that's pretty much all I have left to say. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have your own tips on how you deal with comparison. So yeah, that is all. I like that was MySpace, or like, do you, okay, we're gonna stop. And it goes a little something like